This is Lorena Mora-Mowry for Latina Today. Last year, we have the incredible opportunity to interview Dr. Catalina Garcia from Dallas, Texas. Now she's here to share important news. Welcome, Dr. Catalina Garcia, to Latina Today. Well, this is we're using mobile technology because we cannot be behind in information and technology with connecting Latina throughout the United States. But you're here today to talk about an event. It's an August 14 about Latinas in Dallas, generation of challenges and triumph. And when I heard that, I was just, we need to spread the word about this. Why is it important of this event?
I took on this effort because I believe that we need to nurture and expose more Latina leaders to the general public, because all the women I'm having on this panel are leaders, but they're not well known. And I think that the way to improve the picture that the United States has of us in general is to showcase the people who are leaders, who are successful, who are contributing.
Something that, because I work with other Latinas in Ohio, something about the importance of sharing our stories, because we inspire telling our stories. Usually we say, I don't have anything to share, I work very hard, and in the road to be successful, we went through a lot of challenges and we were able to succeed. Tell us about this importance of these panelists, because it's coming from different backgrounds, it's about the importance of invite them on different areas and to talk about the challenges.
Well, it wasn't just different areas I wanted different generations. So when you get to meet these women later, you'll see that some are very young and some are my age. And so they all share the same challenges and the same triumphs, but in their different fields. And I thought it was important to show that this struggle with women continues. I think that what's going to turn out from this panel is not so much that it's a Latina story, but it's every woman's story, every woman that succeeds. Well, I just want to tell you about the panelists. The first person that I got to visit with that I chose as the moderator was Rosario Heppe. She's part of the executive management team in the Fluor Corporation, and the reason I wanted her to be the moderator was because I have seen her and know how she handles situations. And being on a management team, I think no matter how exciting all these women are, she's going to be able to keep the evening in the way it needs to go. We have a former two-term City of Dallas Council member, Delia Jasso, and what's important about all these women is, except for the one from Univision, is they're native Dallasites. They were born and raised in Dallas. And they've succeeded in Dallas. They've had to maybe leave to go to school, but when they came back and made their own mark right here. And one of the things I'm learning from Delia Jasso is she's working on a book to teach women how to get involved in the political process. I think that's absolutely fantastic. And then there's the dynamic Hinojosa Jones. She's with a senior director with Cushman and Wakefield, and oh my goodness, I cannot believe this little dynamo. Alertness, brightness, just so aware of everything, and discussing a situation with her really brings out a whole different vivaciousness to the discussion. And then we have a young student, Lissette Moreno. I wanted to have a dreamer on this panel because that's a struggle that many women are having to go through in the United States, and many challenges are being met, and I think will ultimately triumph. They are so bright and young and full of energy. And then Becky Muñoz-Díaz, the general manager and vice president of Univision here in Dallas. This woman, in Spanish or English, she is tops, a champ. She's had so much experience in the area, not just in Dallas, but she's been in Houston. But she scores so well with our community here in terms of what she shows us on the channel. And then we have Ana Rodríguez, again, a very young woman who is now VP for the University of External Affairs in UNT in Dallas. It's a branch of the University of Texas system. It's based in Dallas. And she recently finished a program called Leadership Dallas. And that's one thing I want her to bring up, that there are all these leadership courses, and we need to take them and expose our talents to the general public. And Nellie Tafalla, and that's how she pronounces the name, has been a civic arts advocate for years and years and years. Because of her, we have the Latino Cultural Center. Because of her, we have a coalition of Latino and Hispanic and Chicano. They all want to be called different things, so she puts them all together here. And she has been a real instigator for the Teatro Dallas in Dallas, of course. There is so much that this woman has contributed, and I think I wanted somebody in her age group because of her wisdom, and she's so much to share. Plus, also, she could point out with the youngest one how they have some of the same challenges still, and I wanted to show that through the generations we're still sometimes fighting the same battle. So I want the audience to be primarily all the young people in Dallas, male and female. I would like, and regardless of whether Latino or not, I would like them to see the kinds of stories these women tell so that they will understand how universal this struggle is for women. How it's just not just citywide, it's nationwide and worldwide, that women have so many obstacles that they have to overcome.
So this event is August 14th. Tell us a little bit, because you are talking to a lot of people that we are not in Dallas. Tell us about this location and the time and the hour, how they can be. They need to make a reservation. They need to explain a little bit about that.
Yes, we are. It's a totally free event, and it's at the Latino Cultural Center, which is soon to be 5 years old. It is an absolutely gorgeous building. I wish I had a picture to show you. It is the design of a Mexico City architect, and just, except for the fact that it's too small, we have to expand. We are going to pin in another campaign. It's perfect for the situation. When you come into the foyer, you look up and you see this beautiful dome painted by Celia Alvarez Muñoz, which is dynamic. You could sit there the whole evening and watch this as the lights change. The visions on the ceiling seem to move. It's the whole building is just so well done. But it's August 14th, which is a Wednesday, from 6 to 7:30, and it's being put on by the Dallas area, the Dallas Mexican American Historical League. Primarily, the women are doing all the work, but the men will be pitching in too, of course. But they kind of turned it over to us since the theme is something we're primarily interested in. But what we mean to do is produce a historic event that then will be archived and put with all the materials that this organization has been collecting since the 1920s. I mean, from the 1920s. This organization is only a couple of years old, but they're doing tremendous work.
Thank you, Doctor. Have a wonderful day.
It was a pleasure visiting with you. Thank you.